Ugh. All right. Oh, already up. What's up? Let's see if that worked first before I get things popping. Only on YouTube. Not seeing anything on the. Ooh, is it working? Oh, yeah, it's working. Okay, cool. Cool. Sup? Been a minute. Well, not even that long, but been a little bit since I did some Bleach content. Last thing I came in with was, yeah, I'm skipping Creepy Dude in order to do Aizen. There's this new event, massive spiritual pressure detected, high risk target evasion, blah, blah, blah. We'll get to that later. So, basically, what I have now is my B6 Aizen finally. We have received the announcement that Grimmjow Pantera is coming, which we already knew ish, I guess, but we have like the official thing on the Discord from Bleach. I can't wait for that. I got Aizen today, and now everything else I have in terms of like gotcha pulls, I don't have him. Everything else is being saved for Pantera. I don't have a lot right now, I know. I don't have a lot right now, I know. But hopefully, over the course of the next week, I can stack some Jade, and of course it's probably going to end up being a little bit of money, but I can stack some Jade and hopefully get to Grimjaw Pantera. I'm gonna pull him at least once. The question is how many times am I going to pull him, but I'll get him at least once. Trace, and we can scoot through the wait, did I already do this? Hold up, is that what that is? Okay, oh, there's plenty of Jaden. I'll get back to it. Then I'll have the reset next week. I'll do that twice. Okay, yeah, I'll have plenty of pulls. Anyway, thinking on Pantera. So this thing where you're searching for a presence, I thought I found it here. Turns out that was just. Come on, man. Turns out that was just from that other event, and they were just floating around. What is this? What is this? Come on. Where is how I'm just searching for an enemy. Okay. Nice to know I've completed a lot of stuff in there, but what is all right. No. Soul Society and Hueco Mundo. There is this, which I still have, I guess, five of those things to do and two of these, whatever. And then Outer. Las Noches. Okay. So there's an announcement of a monster running around somewhere. They say search. I've searched through the realms, right? I'm not finding anything. Is that no? Is this it? Snapshot opportunity. So I could take a picture. Let's not. Residential area, nothing. I've already defeated two bosses in the area, but apparently they were for the wrong event. I don't know. They say you have 30 minutes to find the boss and kill it. All right. I assumed, which maybe I shouldn't assume, that you would go into the maps, search for them, and they would pop up. I did that, two popped up. But I'm still getting that warning that something's floating around. And I don't see where it's acknowledged that I've killed. Then I see on the other side that it's on that other event that I took out two hollows. I do not know what this is. Been through it twice. Am I doing the search wrong? Because if y'all want me to be like up close or something, that's just stupid. Um, I is these are sand treasures. That's what I thought. Okay, so what is? Where is it supposed to be? Huh? Where is it supposed to be? Successfully located an invading high risk target. All right, so then we'll go here, I guess, because this is confusing now. I thought I got him. In full blockade, the boss will appear randomly anywhere on the map. After the boss appears, searching for it within 30 minutes will grant rewards. Each player can receive each reward. Players can challenge the boss 3 times per day. The highest total damage dealt across all 3 attempts is a single. Blah, blah, blah. During the event, damage dealt to the boss by players will be included in the guild score. If the player leaves the guild, the corresponding damage up. The event lasts 14 days in total. The challenge period lasts 13 days, and the final day is reserved for a ranking display. Then say that the event lasts for 13 days. Increase the entire damage. I don't really care about that part. So they're telling me there was a warning. Okay, the warning is gone now. So maybe the searching high risk target, 18 minutes, 47 seconds. How am I supposed to? Apparently, there's a high risk target. What are you then? I don't want to say that it looks like it's a bug and I'm not finding what they want me to find, but but I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Oops. I don't see anything. And I've been through this map several times, and it's not that I don't see anything that's like different that would indicate, yo, this is no. Ichigo's room. Did I just not scroll up enough? What's going on? I don't understand. Yeah, whatever. This is what's up? Question. Maybe you can help me, Keon. Have you been able to figure out how to find this boss thing from the full blockade? Because I got in, I defeated two, I thought I defeated two of the bosses. Turns out they were part of the other trial. They're not part of this new event. And now this is my third time while on stream in this 8 minutes trying to cycle through the map to find this boss that I'm supposed to go defeat. And I even read through the instructions. What's the business? Like, what's going on? I don't understand. I do not understand. This is all right. I guess I'll just wait. This makes no sense to me right now, and the instructions they gave are not good. They're just not good. I don't. It says search for something, but unless I'm an idiot, which I reserve the right to say yes, I am. But guild buff personal. I've already read through these. You have 30 minutes to search. Okay. What's up, Rentu? Same question goes to you. Has anybody figured out this full blockade event? Because when I go to search for anything, unless I'm just missing something on the screen and I'm that dense, when I go to search for anything, hey yo, what's going on? When I go to search for anything, it doesn't. I didn't get any. Oh wait, it doesn't show up till you find it. You have to physically look around the map and try the world, and walk in and around, look, and also you can find it. But if your guild kills it dead, but you still get the rewards. Hope. Yeah, I get it now. So I literally, so it's not like I can be up on a map. I literally have to walk around the world to find it. And no offense, I mean, I can't offend you. You didn't make the game. Look at all these levels I have to walk through to find it. So I'm just supposed to scoodly doop 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 all around this map physically? Are we? And there's no indication at all that of like a like not even like a general location, like they're on this floor. I mean, at least tell me which realm. That's a lot of, bruh. That is. Thank you for letting me know. That is. They don't even tell you the realm. This is the worst event. Wow, I was quasi massive spiritual pressure detected. A high risk target invasion is expected. Soul Reapers locate the high risk target and intercept it as soon as possible. There's not a clue. World target Samurai tanks. Okay, so I guess that am I okay? Okay, I'm gonna ask you guys this question. Am I alone? Am I just being a little bit too whiny to think like I gotta walk through this entire world with not? I'm not even saying like no. Give me a realm at least to walk. You giving me eh, that seems like a bit much, right? Or am I? Is it me? Is it me? I'm willing to admit that it's me being maybe lazy, but okay. Let's try samurai tanks if I can find wherever that is. Um, red beam coming from the sky. Then okay, that's a hint. That's something. Would have been nice if they told us that. That's a hint. That's something. So then I could theoretically look to the sky and say, hey, well, it's not going to happen, is it? I could theoretically look to the sky and say, hey, look, this is. Wait, why is it not? And look for a red light. I gotta be honest. Oh my gosh. All right, not a fan. I'm out. Maybe later today when I. But. Oi. Oh, that just feels bad. That feels bad. All right, so one thing I'm going to get into real quick is this. And this was kind of fun to go through, but yes, use auto battle now. What do I get rewards for using the auto battle? Oh. You know what? I'll enter the challenge. I'll do the auto battle later, but I'll do this. This is basically to display how amazing Aizen is at B6. So, in case you don't know, I call him Creepy Dude. The guy, SZA, fill out the rest of that long name that I cannot pronounce properly. Um, Basically, it's a character I don't like on several levels, and you've given me Grimmjow SR Plus as an option to invest like the actual resources into, and you're telling me there is another pull on Aizen who I already invested a lot in and have at B4. So in my head, it was I'm gonna keep pulling for Aizen to try to get him B6, and I'm gonna invest in Grimmjow SR Plus for no other reason than I really, really love Grimmjow. I really, really love him, and the Pantera version of him, those cool, the aesthetics of the original Grimmjow, the pre-Pantera, whatever you want to call him, I like more. So that was really a luxury. Like I like Grimmjow. That's one of my favorite characters in Bleach. So I'm gonna put a lot into that one because I want to see him on the screen when I play. Um, First things first, B6 Aizen. The B4. The reason why I pushed him to B4 when he first came out was because he ignores 50% of defense. The reason why B6 now is so important is that for every percentage over, like his crit rate gets doubled, and then for every percent that's over 100% crit rate, that gets converted into damage, crit damage. So then he's gonna have 100% crit rate with, add up. I think it's gonna be like another. I need to get my crit rate up now. I can do crit rate or crit damage. Well, probably not crit damage, but I can do a lot of crit rate. Try to build a lot of crit rate. Look at those numbers. I can try to build a lot of crit rate now, and basically that's going to be crit damage for me. Everything over 100. Right now it's at 65% crit rate, so that translates to 130% crit rate once it gets doubled, which means I tack another 30% crit damage on top of my damage. So I like that. That is fun, and it makes him hit like a beast. The one issue or the benefit from Creepy Dude was that he boosts up the spirit team a lot while not necessarily needing to be on the field. And Aizen is a character that needs to be on the field. He has to be on there a lot, which then plays well with Creepy Dude. But my argument was, if I'm running a B6 Aizen, honestly B4, I could understand if your Aizen is B0 and you get Creepy Dude. Okay, cool. Then they're both B0. He's boosting up your damage. I understand that. At B4 and above, especially since this is like towards PvE content, I don't see the added. I didn't see the added benefit of adding him so much further over having Aizen at this level. Now, at this point, now that I have him B6, the reason why I'm not pulling for Creepy Dude, aside from not liking him, is also the fact that Pantera Grimmjow is coming out next. So I'm saving my resources for that. So this is going to be, he is my first, I'm skipping everything about him. He's my first. And then if he comes back in a rerun later, maybe. I don't know. But he's the first character in this game that I've just fully decided to skip. And not too many people called me crazy for it. There are some who are like, you should really go for him, but most have understood where I'm coming from when I say I'm skipping him. Aizen just melts health bars. This is so much fun. He absolutely melts health bars. Now, the next thing that I'm gonna do before I actually do like a YouTube video on this is take him into Trial Tower. It's so much fun. Is that better than what it was last time? Maybe it's worse. I don't know. But look at that. 45 seconds on the field, 800 million approximately in damage. So much fun. All right, so we're going to take him into Trial Tower. We got these for some reason. I don't care about those. All right, so we'll take him into Trial Tower. And not in the section that you're thinking. I was using him in / Trial Tower, and let's be frank, when I got him B4, he completed Spirit basically by himself. I think I had him and Toshihiro, and those are only two I needed just to test it, just to see if it would work. Him being at, I think the last time I did try Trial Tower, he was at B4, and I had a recommendation from somebody on stream who told me use him in / alongside Kenpachi and Mayuri. Mayuri's poisons, his debuffs, increase the damage of a character, of his teammates. That was the logic behind it. So I got stopped here. I was on 17 before I started running this team. And then I cannot remember who it was, recommended that I do this team, this build. And it got me up to 24, and I got stopped on the last floor. Now that I have B6 Aizen, I'm gonna run 24-3. As a matter of fact, let me do this real quick because I'm gonna record this. So stop, Aizen, stop. So, what's up, Hakeem? So, in the question of, let me see, transition this very quickly just to get this on and popping. In the question of whether or not I made the right decision. So, a while ago, I made a video, and for those on stream, they're like, he's repeating himself. No, I just started recording. A while ago, I made a video saying that I'm skipping Creepy Dude. Creepy Dude, pink hair guy. I don't manga he's creepy. Is you are really creepy when you're in a same series as Mayuri and you're considered the creepy one. Anyway, I said I was gonna skip him completely. I don't like the character himself. Plus, he gave boost to the spirit team, which as a luxury, and by the way, luxury, this is, not everybody's gonna be in the situation. I had it before Aizen already. Okay, cool. Hakeem actually showed up just in time for this conversation because he hates the fact that I'm not going after creepy dude because of the damage. Anyway, we'll see if I'm right or wrong. So my whole argument was Grimmjow. I love Grimmjow. I love that character. They put him out as SR plus, the version of him that I like the best. Pantera's cool, but I like that version of Grimmjow the best. So and they gave him to us for free. So I invested a bunch of resources to take that Grimmjow up to the level 100 and his stamps and everything else. His core stamp is Ascension 5, everything. Okay, cool. And then that means that since I'm not pulling for creepy dude, I'm going to pull for Aizen because they gave a rerun. I won't say that. I'm happy y'all did that. So I got Aizen up to B6. Now, before I go into, and this is something I do need to show because I described it, but I want to make sure I describe it properly. Aizen at B6. Upon releasing a battlefield skill, the current crit rate is multiplied by 2. He releases battlefield skills all the time. Any excess crit rate converts into crit damage for that attack at a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, here's the thing. I don't have a lot of crit damage built on him, and I'm looking at his stamps now and realizing that these are like not old stamps, but old stamps. This is what I like leveled him up with not too long ago, but long enough ago for me to maybe revisit what the stamps look like. So at his current stats now, I will have 63.8%, let's just call it 64%, crit rate, which will then go up to 128. That 128 will then have that 28 get plopped down here. So I'm looking at 124% crit damage. This needs to be improved, the crit damage, and I will do that as I go through other stamps and re-rolls and all the other stuff. That's the plan. But for right now, that's what I'm looking at is 100% crit rate and 124% crit damage. I like that. We really need to boost up this damage. So doing this the way I've done it, getting Aizen up to B6, getting SR plus Grimmjow up to a level of, hey, where you at? Up to a level of 44,000 with his core stamp, Ascension 5, and an extra one pulled, which I did not ask for. But anyway, and then, all the other things that need to happen for his kit, right? Maybe I should work on the counter. Was that worth it? Or should I have pulled for creepy dude? Now, here's the thing. It's biased. I'm already saying it's worth it. I am. But I'm about to take him into Trial Tower where they're not supposed to battle. And we'll see what happens. Let's get to the video. That was a long intro. Your Aizen will be at his best if you max out the weapon as well. The weapon stamp, I can't. I'm going to pull for more weapon stamps, but at this point, no. Oh, yeah, he's in the battle pass now, too, so he's going to be even tougher. So, man, for Aizen stamps, which ones I choose? Okay, so I'll give you that breakdown. So coming back in 3, 2. Hi, guys, I'm Grab here, and this is a Bleach Soul Resonance video. In this video, Son Goku 5 just asked about the stamps for Aizen. So before we take him into Trial Tower to see if it's even worth it, part of this is going to be from a place of privilege. It depends on where your Aizen is. Like I said before in the intro, my Aizen is B6. So right now, I'm going to heavy focus on getting crit rate on him because my crit rate gets converted into crit damage. So theoretically right here, I do like the ultimate charge rate because he is running his ultimate a lot. But I and this is probably not going to re-roll because I'm not a big fan of the re-rolls, but we'll see how that goes. I want crit rate, a bunch of crit rate on him right now because of what happens with his B6, but also because if I get crit rate up and he's on the field a lot and he's doing a lot of damage, your Aizen is B1. Let's see what your B1 Aizen looks like. Let's see, just to be fair. B1, enters compression upon entering the battlefield. When Aizen releases a backline battlefield skill, while under complete suppression, he gains 50% battlefield energy. I think even the recommendation is ultimate charge rate. He doesn't put down any debuffs. So for me, and we'll just go down the list. Spirit damage, cool. Ultimate charge rate, there's a plus. I'm still going to be heavy into, and I really want to re-roll this as well, even though this is a pretty good piece. I really want a lot of crit rate. A lot of crit rate is because he is on the field a lot and he's doing a lot of hits. And so if I get his crit rate, I got it up to 63% before this whole B6 thing. So if I put a lot of crit rate on him and he's on the field a lot, he's doing a lot of hits, that's just more chances to hit crit damage, right? So I want to build him with, for me, a lot of crit damage, a lot of ultimate charge rate. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for. Same thing here. I want the primary here. And then this is obviously should be spirit damage at top. I don't think I have to yeah. Middle piece needs to be crit rate, 100%. And I want to, if you have this luxury, which I do, in the sense of I have a lot of set stamps that I can now convert, I can dismantle. I have a lot of like those pieces where I can make them. There's even the event where you can make your own like set stamp pieces going on right now for the next 7 days. So I will focus in on trying to get crit rate on this piece, like in the substats, in the advanced stats. That is going to be my major focus. Here, this alignment damage, I don't need that. He's not debuffing, right? So this could go, I do like the crit rate here. So my first correction, my first fix is going to be this. I'm going to try to fix this and get alignment damage up out of here. I'll try to get more crit rate, try to get more ultimate charge rate. More crit damage too would be nice. Same thing here. This is good, but let's see if I can get more in that crit rate. I do not like this HP and I do not like this defense here. Let's get this defense to be crit damage, and then this can be attack, or I mean HP is fine too, I guess, but he never gets touched. And then same here. Attack is cool, crit rate is cool, crit damage. All this is good. This piece of those three is the best one that I have, I think, in terms of rolls, everything else. But we can do better, I believe. So that will be the plan for me to improve my Aizen over the course of the next, I don't know, maybe I'll do it during the stream, but to get back to the video really quickly, we're going to try to run him, and this could just prove to be just a big blow up in my face. I have not done this yet, and I will say this now. I already think it's worth it because, and I cannot remember who told me this lineup, but I was stuck on / trial tower, level 17, floor 17, whatever you want to call it, for the last, I don't know, since Kenpachi came out, all right? None of these / members, Kitsuke is amazing, but none of them really help you push forward unless you just have stupid stats, stupid ascension, etc., etc., etc. Someone suggested this to me where I have Kenpachi, Aizen, and Mayuri. Mayuri's debuffs help increase the damage of the whole team. This got me from 17 to 24, and I got stopped at 24-3. That was when Aizen, I believe, was B4. I don't know that I've tried it at B5 yet. So what we're about to do is try this at B6 Aizen, see if I get past it. If I don't, I'm going to go through that process, not in this video. I'm going to go through this process of like fixing his set stamps, everything else. I might even work on Kenpachi a little bit. Trying to fix his set stamps and seeing if I can get past it with this one. But so far, we will run this battle. And I don't even know if it's something that I should be like recording and displaying, because this battle could take a while. But then this is going to be like, was it worth it? I already think it's worth it. I'm biased, but I already think it was worth it. But this is going to be, was it worth me going through all this trouble for him? Actually, and that's the thing too. Hakeem did bring up a point. If I had his weapon max, you mean if I had the max ascension on the weapon stamps, because his weapon is max, then I wouldn't need crit rate since his weapon alone gives a 50% crit rate. The problem with that is that I still would want more crit rate because it just gets converted into crit damage. So even when that goes up to, if I'm getting more crit rate, then give me more crit rate. At this point, every bit of crit rate that I put on him is crit damage. It just gets converted into it, and I like it. Sup, Shogun? How you doing? I like it. I like it. I like it. Am I being extra 100%? I'm totally being extra because what I could do theoretically is if the crit rate is at 50%, I could just build up all the crit damage on the stats. And I'm being funny. I'm being funny. What would most likely happen is that I would have his weapon maxed out, have that 50%. What's up, face? Have his weapon maxed out, have that 50%. Try to slide another. I don't even know if I would need to do that. Replace the set stamp and then just max out crit damage on the set stamp. So that would be probably. I don't know. I would want to do both. I would want to do both. I would want to do both and see. You went crit damage. Okay. I don't have it max ascension. No, I don't have it max ascension. So that would be the, I guess, question in my head there. Once it's been doubled and I have 100% crit rate, theoretically, all I need is to have 50, 51, whatever. All I need is 50. So then I could focus that set stamp on like as much crit damage as possible because I'm already gonna have 100% crit rate. So to his point, he's right. I'm being funny, I'm being extra, I'm being goofy. But to his point, he is correct. Now we on the last bar of Ulquiorra? Ulquiorra. I think that's how you say his name. He's one of my favorites. I still don't know how to say his name correct. Can't wait till he becomes a playable character. So where are we at right now? Are we about to We're only getting past the first health bar yet? Okay. Uh-oh. Damn it. Why is he glowing? Why are you glowing? Stop it. Okay, so we look like we're in good shape. Your Aizen's maxed everything, yeah. If I can get, I need to check his weapon stamp. I do need to check his weapon stamp because at this point, you're saying 50 if it's max, but I'm wondering, I think I only have it like Ascension level 2. And then, oh, come on, phone. I think I only have it Ascension level 2, but then that would directly contribute to how much crit rate I'm about to pull off of him and put towards crit damage. B6 Aizen with double support is ridiculous. I would love to have like maybe I should have Kitsuke in there and just have, but it is like slash tower, and I should probably have someone who does slash damage. Um, get up, Aizen! Don't let him touch you like that. Okay, so halfway through the timer, are we? We're not halfway through him, but once that moon disappears, then damage should increase. Here's hoping. At 2, it's like 31.25%. So then theoretically, all I need is another 18% of crit rate. So then I could boost up crit damage a ton. So even at this level, it's not necessarily. But then in YouTube, you guys are seeing like how we go through this process. Does it matter either way unless I can legitimately get that much more crit damage on that middle set piece? And there's the question. Does that part matter that much? I'm going to have to look into it. We're going to have to, pop the trunk, pop the hood of the car and check it out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, Aizen. Come on, Aizen. Kenpachi's doing some work. But Aizen really wants to be seen. This is not even his tower. Okay. How did he do that twice? Okay. It's not even his tower. Okay. If Pantera is massively better than Yaruichi, I'm honestly skipping. Wait till Slash gets a revamp or wait for an actual strike support. Oh no, Yarochi. Is that, but Pantera's gonna be strike, from what I understood, correct? Oh yeah, okay, I'll check it out once we're done with this video. It's looking like we won't make it. We're not gonna make it. We're not gonna make it. Aizen, what are you doing, sir? What are you doing, sir? Now, granted, this is the wrong tower for you. But desperate times call for desperate measures. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Why are y'all both just standing there while the time is running down? Somebody go hit him a lot. Somebody go hit him multiple times. Not gonna work. Yeah, he's confirmed to be strike. Okay, that's what I thought. Now, as I said, completely biased. Completely biased. Still think it's worth it. I still think it's worth it. I'm not upset with my B6 Aizen at all, even though we're not getting past this. He shouldn't even be in this trial tower, to be honest. Can't wait for a spot of 3 for the Spirit team or a spot of 1. I want Stark. And I want him. I want a spot of 4. I'll just call him 4 from now on, so I don't keep messing up his first name. We didn't make it. Okay, that's fine. So right now, what we're gonna do is go into his set stamps and discuss it. But I'm gonna try to figure out. Was planning to get a boundary for Aizen, but I think he's good at B1. Plus mine has 66% crit rate and. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm getting Grimmjow for sure when Grimmjow comes out. Okay. All right. So here's the thing, and maybe I just need to go ahead and talk about Aizen and not worry about this part of it, despite the fact I love Aizen. Okay, so I would make the argument, and I did, Nick. I made this argument before. I've been making this argument the whole time. Ask anybody in here. Is that Aizen is at any ascension level is worth more than what Creepy Dude was. So at this point right now, I have my Aizen at B6. I absolutely love everything he does at B6, right? But I don't. I want Baragon to be added the most, either 4 or Sunshu. I do like. Wait, no. Shunsu as a new / technique. Please, they do need to upgrade the technique. The slash team. So here's what we're gonna do now. Going into Aizen, we'll just skip all that other stuff. Going into Aizen for his set stamps. Now that I have him B6, and I think B4 is where he is the monster, where he's ignoring 50% of defense. That's where I had to get him to. He's an absolute beast there. Once I had him there, the opportunity to take him to B6 versus getting Creepy Dude was just too good to be true. So I skipped Creepy Dude. I skipped Creepy Dude, went for him. Fair. Now that we're going back through his stamps, his weapon stamp I think only had like 2. Yeah. So at level 2, increased crit rate by 31.25%. All right. Now here's one thing I would love, but that's an end battle thing. If I reduce, we might experiment here right now. What I'm gonna do is try to get a middle piece that has crit damage and reduce his crit rate to approximately 20, right? Because right now his crit rate is at 63%. If I do that, focus on crit damage, does that mean that he's going to be that much better? Or am I overthinking it? It depends on how much crit damage we can get on him. So what I'm going to do is work on these set stamps for him, come back with a crit damage set stamp. Then we'll talk. Be right back. If I had to get B1 Aizen, is it worth it? Okay. Okay. Because this are you first question, I'm assuming you're free to play, right? I'm not going to say that you're like I'm assuming you're free to play. Or we're going to do all this stuff with the assumption that maybe you get 1 or 2 pulls. Let's do it that way. Maybe you get 1 or 2 pulls. No money included. If you play it hard enough and you get luck up, you're going to get 1. If you luck up, you'll get 2. So let's say that. If you're at B1 right now and you're talking about B2, if your spirit team is lacking, you're getting extra damage for the spirit team, albeit 20 versus a whole new character. I don't know. Okay. B3, this is an increase in the levels. B1, this is good. His B1 is good. If you're at B0, ooh. Because here's the thing, the juxtaposition is Creepy Dude. And as much as I made fun of Creepy Dude and all that other stuff, he does boost your entire spirit team. B2 is medium. B2 is Yeah, it's I'm not. If you're already at B1 and the choice was B2 or creepy dude, as much as I don't want to say it, creepy dude. Does that make sense? If you're at B0 and the difference is B0 to B1, B1 over creepy dude. That makes sense? That's how I would see it right now. I know it sounds stupid, but once you get B1, you're good ish. And then for me, it is you don't really the jump from B1 to B4 is like nuts. But then you have to eat B2 and B3 along the way. And if you're not going to eat it in terms of like some kind of other investment, I don't know if it's, you know, burning all of your resources or putting cash in or whatever the case may be. If you're not going to go all the way to B4, then you're good at B1. And guys on the stream, that's how I would see it. So you guys let me know if I'm crazy. Like, oh wait, Nick, hey Nick, wait a sec. Though. Well, I mean, you can say be back, but let me see if anybody else kind of agrees. Face and Hakeem, would you guys agree with what I said? If you're B0, B0 to B1 is worth skipping creepy dude. But if you're B1, unless you're going to B4, stay at B1. That's how I would see it. If you're talking about versus what creepy dude is. If you're talking about a character that you already have, then yeah, go B1 and B3, B2 and B3 and you know, whatever. But if this is like you don't have him, he's really, really good off the field boosting the spirit team, that's what I would say. Yeah. Yeah. Because B1 was nuts. B1 was absolutely nuts. Okay. B1 was absolutely nuts to me. That's what made me think about like, oh, I want more levels. And then it was at the time, oh, I can boost my spirit team. Okay, cool. I can get through spirit tower. I can get through spirit tower. This was like, okay, I'm just increasing levels. Okay, cool. I mean, that makes him stronger. And then someone told, because I didn't recognize it. Someone told me this, and I was like, 50% of defense on what? And he carried me through a gang of like, not just spirit tower, but like I got to level 17 in those other three towers because of Aizen. It was nuts. So you have us around 8 already. So B1 then is worth more. Yeah, yeah. But since you have them already, okay, this is the question. This is the question. This is the question. While we going through it, this is the question. If you have him already, good, fantastic. B1 Aizen starts to dominate the field in a very real way and in a very positive way. Not a bad way, a good way. You want him dominating like that. Sorry, Caden, I'm talking right now. My bad. But in a very positive way, right? You get B1 Aizen, and I don't know where you are in the game, but you are crushing skulls. You're doing very, very well. B4 is God level, but B1 is amazing. I would say, and this is assuming you're free to play, you ain't got to tell me your business. I'm assuming it's free to play. While Aizen is out, if you have the resources to fairly get to B1 Aizen, I would say pull for it. Now, with okay, and this is okay. All right, sorry. I'm trying to just be sure I tell you the right thing and not just vomit stuff out that could be misunderstood. Because you have the counter over here, right? Which mine is at 0 because I stopped right as I got Aizen, right? Because you have the counter, as you're pulling this, if you really want Pantera and you pull for Aizen now, and this is usually my thought process, I'm gonna pull for Aizen and I'm gonna get him B6, or my next limited towards 80 is gonna be 70, right? So either I'll be so happy getting Aizen and then that counter resetting, and then I have 3 weeks to get Pantera, versus I pulled for Aizen anyway. I didn't get it, but now my guarantee counter is set at 70, so I'm about to get Pantera in 10 pulls anyway. You see what I'm saying? So like, to me, it's either way, you be happiest with getting Aizen now, B1, and then spending that 2-3 weeks and getting Pantera, because you will get them if you do the events, get your Jade up, whatever. You'll be able to get to 80 pulls. In that 3 weeks, you just won't have him like day one. Fine. You won't have him day one. I'll try to have him day one. You can watch me screw up my account trying to figure out how he is and be like, oh, cool. But like, in my view, Aizen, and let me see what Face said. Sorry. It was frustrating trying to do Aizen's rotation at B0. Couldn't fill up his spiritual pressure in time. Having it already charged and reset at 50% is clutch. That. So, in my view, it is if you want Pantera, cool. Pull for Aizen. Even if you don't get him, your counter is set to 55 when Pantera comes out. I would not go to dupe. I would not go to dupe him. If you've already got him, cool. He's very good for your spirit team. Fantastic, whatever. Aizen's better, easily. I should be pulling for his weapon stamp, easily. I should do. I should do. I should do. But yeah, regardless, sorry, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, so that would be my view. Let's go to. I've already been lucky once today. And when Pantera comes out, the other part about the weapon stamp is only 40 to get to the guaranteed as well. That's the other thing where they get you. They get you. Let's see. Give me something? Probably not. Give me something? Probably not. You love me? No, you don't love me. Love me? I don't want to sound desperate, but I'm desperate. Love me, please? You don't love me. All right. Actually, one thing too, I need to figure out this very quickly. And I'll probably go for more pulls on his weapon stamp real fast. But and then I'll go to his set stamps. I'm pulling for the weapon stamp right now, so that way I'll have higher crit rate. So that means I can drop my crit rate on the set stamps. I say dupes and Toshihiro would be better than. Oh, really? Okay, that's good advice. So creepy dude does everything that's necessary for him to be great at B0. Hmm. Toshihiro's not a bad damage dealer. It's just that Aizen's on the field all the time, so he's a good like secondary damage dealer, if you want to put it that way. Let's see. We're gonna go to the shop and exchange some stuff for some other stuff. Let's see if we can make this work to get another weapon stamp. Not that. Yeah, why not? Por qué no? And then I can go to the weeklies. I got 14. I do want some more of the Nexus stuff. That's a bet. Do I want the Nexus stuff or do I want Stamp Corridor twice? Stamp Corridor twice gives me more jade to spend. Honestly, you don't need to max the weapon if your Aizen's already good, this good, but it's nice to have. Yeah, I want to do the crit damage thing. This is more like my Aizen's good, but he's my favorite character. I want to engage in him. That's all it is. He's perfectly fine where he is, and I can get through everything I need to. The fact that he didn't do Slash Tower means nothing. He's a spirit character. But no, I'm having fun. I'm engaged with him right now. 16, 36, 13, 60. I think this is the best for me. Because then I can also use these stamps towards. Wait, no. Because if I'm in a 6-star, how many of these do I have right now? Oh, I got 48 of these things? Yeah, we can do the stamp corridor. We can do the stamp corridor, and then these will be. I have 34 of those. Then we can use that towards Grimmjow. Don't remind me today, bruh. Confirm. Yay. And then we'll do this one more time. Done for the week. I am going to go use the bathroom real fast, and I'll be back in a second. So Okay. I have 100 Yarochi with level 30 stamps on her. So from a free to play perspective, Pantera might be a skip. But isn't okay, am I reading this one? Oh, Yaruichi. I love my Yaruichi. I'm not skipping Pantera. But I am biased because he's one of my favorite characters. So like I was gonna get him regardless, to be fair on that, like to be transparent. I'm gonna get him regardless, but and I will show Grimmjow as well, SR plus Grimmjow. I don't think he's that bad. I think he's pretty good. Is he SSR? Of course not. But is he good? Yeah, he's legit. So now we will go back to I can get 10 more here too in no time. Okay. We're gonna do that in the next month. So back. Gotcha pulls. Do I care this much about his weapon stamp? I do love Aizen though. I do. Do I want to pull? Because that's the other part too. If I save this Jade, I'm saving it for Pantera. However, there are a gang of events that are coming up. I saw a bunch of Jade that I can go pursue. I don't know why I snapped my lips like that really hard. My tongue, I should say. We can hope for a little bit of luck. Plus, the other side of this is, even when I pull this, like I said before, this is all towards Grimmjow as well. Even if I don't pull this weapon stamp, this still all goes towards Grimmjow. Oh, do I want to do a 10 pull? Just to see if yeah, there was another not you. There was another thing, another event thing. This isn't in the event section, I know. But there was another event thing where that happened. I don't think I have anything else here. Let's go back here. That's what it was. That's what I wanted to check in my backpack. Sorry, guys. There's this thing here that I have, this consumable. This is for weapon stamps, for Ascension exclusive gold weapon stamps, right? Okay. So does that then mean I can come to this weapon stamp, go to Aizen's weapon stamp, right? Level 2, details. And I tried to do this before and I didn't see it. Consume item. I need 5 of these. So I need 5 of these weapon stamps to get it up to 1. Y'all are about to see me do some stuff. Y'all are about to see me do some stuff. If I can get this up. Okay, so what we're about to do is, maybe not even. So what we're about to do is, and this video is going to be so haphazard, is that there are consume items. If I have 5 of these, I can level up the weapon stamp, right? Now, why would I be pointing that out in this video where I'm discussing with the homies on stream about this? I want to level up this weapon stamp. I want to pull for it more. However, at the same time, there are characters with weapon stamps who I do not like, i.e. Ikaku. And he's hiding from me right now because I think he knows what my plan is. Ikaku, where you at, homie? Where you at? Where you at? I thought, or maybe maybe that was the one I dismantled already. But Ikaku's weapon stamp and somebody else's weapon stamp, like his, for example, is about to get dismantled. Let's go back. Where you at, bro? Where you at? We are about to dismantle you. Nope, filter options. Not that. See, they're not even letting me. Because it needs to be removed. So let's go ahead and go down the characters and their weapon stamps and see which ones are about to get removed. So this will let you know what characters are trash, by the way. We are not removing anything from Aizen, he's a god. We're not removing anything from Kitsuke, also a god. Well, not a god, but he's still good. He's legit. Soifan, no. No. Yaruichi, no, I love her too much. Mayuri, no. Gin, no. You're going to see a very quick theme pop up. Toshihiro, no. Bankai Ichigo, no. I hesitated for a sec. I did hesitate for a second. No. Tosin. I actually like Tosin a lot. I cannot remember the last time I used him. I mean, I don't even have his weapon leveled up here. He's on the thrust team. I got Nell, Mayuri, and Geen. He's not going to get any play. And even if he does, I'm going to put him on like a lower ranked team that doesn't. I'm going to put him on a lower ranked team. So he's gonna get like light work. So I would rather have a stronger Aizen. This is crazy because even as it was said, I don't need to do this. This isn't necessary, but I'm gonna do it. Also, him, we already know. I don't even have to explain that one, do I? I would rather run Grimmjow SR Plus than SSR Sanjin. So those are about to be 2 weapon stamps I'm going to remove. Byakuya, this is me wilding out. Hakeem is screaming at me, don't do it. Don't do it, bruh. Look, I'm not going to do it for Byakuya. Just because, I mean, how do I put it? Wait. Finally beat Thrust Floor. I never lost faith in Tosin. I'm going to need Nell for floor 25. Aizen, though, he's an Elden Ring for me right now. The co-op events with cooldowns. You're right, Hakeem. You're right 100%. However, okay. All right. So, sorry, I had to get this lined up. And this is the argument I'm about to have with Face and Hakeem. More Hakeem is arguing it than Face. The argument I'm having right now is, where are my resources better spent? And where am I going to have the most fun? Because let's be real. Like, the things I'm doing with Aizen right now, they're not necessary. He's B6. He's strong. I could, do this, that, and the third. He already has a weapon stamp. I could pull for more. You're going to see it in a minute. But for me, for example, the co-op event with the cooldown, Tosin still does what he does in those events. And if he's at level 100 and his weapon is at level 100 and his stamps are even better, which, by the way, we can go back down to Tosin. His stamps aren't great. They're good, not great. Right? He's still going to do what he's supposed to do. If I go back to his stats, he's at level 32. If I remove the weapon stamp, let me add it back. Maybe I'll convince myself of something different. I doubt it. Equip. Cool. He didn't have a weapon stamp at all before. So that put him back up to 41. Okay. Got you. I'm thinking in the moment, 100%. Tosin can easily get buffed down the line. True. They can easily be buffed down the line, but there's going to be something else, another little like thing. I'll show you guys in this. Well, not show you guys in a second. I'm sure you're aware of it. If I remove this weapon stamp now, replace, remove. By the way, who was the last character that got buffed? Yeah, Sanjin with Soifan's bond isn't that bad. Yeah, but I'd rather run Grimmjow because Sanjin has a battlefield skill, and that's the biggest part of his thing. But Soifan's battlefield skill is better than his. And so then Sanjin went from like not very useful to useless quick when Soifan came in. All right, so let's go ahead and equip a different stamp. We are on the thrust side of things, right? So we're going to just equip a different one. This is a crappy one, right? Crappy one. Okay, we're going to equip it. We're going to see what happens. This is going to be such a haphazard video. All right, so let's see. It's not going to be great. It's going to be like 34, right? Yeah, 34. Look at that math skills. What? Getting more eyes and weapon stamps doesn't change your gameplay, though. It'll only change your build. So technically, it won't be more fun. You just see bigger numbers. Hakeem, it sounds like you learned that from me when it came to talking about creepy, dude. No? I know I'm acting crazy too. I know I'm being crazy right now. This is a do as I say, not as I do type of situation. I know I'm going insane at the moment, okay? So don't get that twisted. Theoretically, what would happen, and the reason why I have that one in the first place, it was off of Ikaku, I believe, but I hate him. He frustrates me. And the other one that I removed it from was Sanjin. I genuinely, and this isn't being, oh wow, he drops to 22. What are his set stamps at? Yeah, he gets no love. Basically it comes down to, with those cooldown events, I hear what you're talking about. I don't see a buff for Sanjin, but I do see a buff for Tosin. That's true. But if it add its holified form, why would they buff the regular form? Because here's my other question. With Yadoichi, did they give her a buff? They gave her a slight buff, right? They gave her a little bitty buff, but they didn't introduce another form. You see what I'm saying? So like when they put in this is Bankai Ichigo came out when the game came out, so that's not fair. When he learns that new form from his grandfather, they'll probably put in a new form of him in the game as opposed to buffing this one. It's hard for me to see them giving him a buff. That is part of it. It's hard for me to see them give. When you said Tosin, I was there with you for a second. And then I realized they would probably put in the Wako Mundo, the Holophot, like the Wako Mundo version of him. I mean, they did do that with Ichigo, the other one, Shikai. Which Ichigo was that they gave him a skin that I used immediately? Yeah, Shikai. They did do that with him. The skin is sick too. Yeah. I know I'm wilding out. I know I'm going crazy. And he still, I think, does he even have a weapon stamp? Yeah, I removed his. So I am, oh, and then the other part of it where I have to get to 4 is also in the gotcha. In the gotcha, I've just been steadily doing this. And this morning I looked up. So in the gotcha, this is the other part of the weapon stamp where it's just regular SSRs that came with the game. I've just been regularly doing this. Whenever I get these stamps, I've been doing it. To the point of where now these weapon stamps, damn near all of them are level 5 for the character. Like, I should say not all. Kitsuke has it level 5. I'm good. Oh, no, it's not deleted. It's not 5 deleted for one. Yeah, for one weapon. Yeah, you're right about that. Yadoichi, I have all 5 for her. That's good. Right? Ikaku, I have already dismantled his. I'm pretty sure that's where that one consume thing comes from. His is, I can't even remember. But I'm not pulling for him. Don't care enough. Already have his weapon stamp, and they have me kind of thinking on it. I don't know if I should or not. Hakeem feels like Hakeem's talking me off of a ledge right now. Don't do it. You have so much to live for. And then Sanjin, I just don't see anything with him positive. So when it comes to those events that you're talking about, yeah, let's just cancel all of that. When it comes to those events you're talking about, when I go to my full roster, privileged place, but I have a spirit team, and that includes Momo, the regular SSR, Toshihiro, Momo, and Aizen. We're good. Strike team, Yadoichi, Soifon, and Grimmjow SR plus. Thrust team, Nell, Gin, Mayuri. Slash team, Disaster, but Kitsuke, Kenpachi, and Byakuya. Now, I'm not going to do anything on Bankai, Ichigo Bankai. That would be silly. But there are those others. Tosin, I do like a lot. And Tosin is the one that I'm like reconsidering heavy. Sanjin? Why do I care about Sanjin? You may have talked me off the ledge because I do like Tosin the character as well. I don't know why I like that character. He is obnoxious, but I don't know. But then you were the same one who was so gung-ho for creepy dude. But that was really only to see bigger numbers. Plus, another part of this, I need to see the PVEVP thing that they said they were going to introduce. I want to know what that is. Sanjin's weapon, yeah. I'm thinking on it still. I am genuinely thinking on it. But you know what we need to do? The thing I said I was going to do forever ago. So now that we've done all of that mess, Sanjin's is the one that I'm going to dismantle. But there's no rush for it because I still need 3 others to dismantle or like those other resources. So we're going to let that ride for a minute. What we're going to do now is I am going to try to pull for. Oof. I'm wondering if I should try to pull for it or if I should just go for the weapon stamps in general. I'm going to do the weapon stamps first. So basically, I have 63% crit rate. I should be able to remove this, have approximately 30. Now with Creepy Dude, it's different, bro, because it's the whole different character, meaning different gameplay. I hear you. I hear you. Bigger numbers. I'm using Grimmjow to gather weapons so I can upgrade the others. To gather weapons? Explain. So with him, if I replace, this is nice if that was crit damage. If I can replace this immeasurable gap with a crit damage immeasurable gap, I will do that. If the crit damage, okay, so we have, nope, not good enough. It's not saved either, so that can be deleted. Crit rate, nope, not good enough. So that's not good enough. Now I have several options here. Tosin is a relatable villain in some people's eyes. He isn't a villain. His best friend was killed by a noble family, and his friend didn't get justice, so he became a captain to get his. That's the thing. But, yeah, that might be why I was vibing with him. They tried to do the same story turn for Geen at a certain point, and I was like, yeah, y'all waited too late to tell me about this whole Rangiku thing. I already very much hate this person. Y'all waited way too long. I understand it now, but now it's like, bruh. Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna try to. I can either try to pull for this, or I could try to build it. So what we're gonna try to do is build it really quickly through this event because I haven't used any of these resources yet, or I think I've used it like once or twice. But there is where you can do this. Masterpiece research. So what we're looking for in stamp 2 is crit damage. Stamp 1, I mean, can we just not? We can't like remove it? Like I don't want anything. Spirit, why not? And then stamp 3, yeah, ultimate charge rate confirm. Okay, fine. Save. So we change, okay, cool. Cool. So those are it. Go into battle and we'll see what I can pull. I always buy the battle pass, and right now they give SR plus base Grimmjow weapons. So every time I get it, I will delete it so I can upgrade my other characters, their weapons, and then use that. I won't use base Grimmjow anyway. I'm going to use base Grimmjow though. But that's just I like him. As a matter of fact, let's toss base Grimmjow in here right now. But I see your point. That would be, if that is your approach, because I do buy the battle pass every time too. If that's your approach, I can't argue with that too much, especially since Pantera is coming. But I just like this Grimmjow, so I'm gonna use this Grimmjow, and I'm gonna make him work by stacking as many. Like, if I cared this much about Ikaku, I wouldn't hate him so much. I'm gonna stack up his weapons. I'm gonna stack up everything I can to make him successful. Like, I'm gonna put him in a position to succeed and look awesome. That's I've decided that. That's what's gonna happen. So, in any case, yeah, he's gonna, yeah. I'm gonna use him. I have to use him. Plus, the way that he moves is strikingly similar to Yaruichi, and I like that. Oh, and Tosin's arc is more developed than Geen's. When he was blind, he had enlightenment and saw the heart in others. He let his corrupted version of justice blind him. Yeah, true. You're right, because his betrayal was more surprising than Geen. Easily. Everybody looked at Geen and was like, Yudo. Everybody looked at him. And even though Tosin ends up being the true villain and Geen ends up trying to be some kind of like double agent, not really, but you know what I mean. Whereas like his redeemable thing is like he was doing this all along for Rangiku, but Tosin's thing was, I was good until I wasn't, and I have a very good reason for not being good. I guess it's just a relatable villain thing. When Pantera comes out, I'm sure I won't see you use base Grimmjow again. No, no, you will, because like you said, there are those co-op events with cooldowns. But here's the other thing too. They brought out Pantera Grimmjow, and I'm not hating. I don't the aesthetic I don't like so much. I'm not a big fan of the aesthetic. Like I like it, but I just like the base Grimmjow's aesthetic more. Does that make sense? But I'm gonna get them, and I'm gonna develop them. Duh, that was gonna always happen. He better be good for as much trauma as this whole thing has caused. He better be damn good. All right, so we'll pause this and see. This video is running long, and I don't even know what it's gonna be anymore. We have been all over the place over here. All right, so let's see what his damage was. Actually, I've never actually checked his damage. It's gonna be like terrible, isn't it? Uh, I mean, well, he was on the field 3 times longer than Yadoichi, and then had approximately the same amount of damage. So, then with her, she's just another level. Well, no, no, double and then double, so approximately the same level. So yeah, the two SSRs are 3 times more powerful than the SR plus, but who wasn't expecting that? But we're gonna make Grimmjow work. We're gonna make him work. Where was the what the did I not notice? Oh no, what I did was I went after the wrong stamp. We're gonna go back to the middle stamp for this guy. Yep, confirm. Battle, and now we're gonna use a stronger team so that battle doesn't last nearly as long. I still like this one though. Let's see. And now these B6, you just dog walk all of these like these kinds of events where it's just like, okay, just hurry up and get me to the resources. Chop chop. How long did the strike team take on this? Versus how long Aizen's gonna take on this? His solidified form turning into a fly makes sense now. He got his Zanpakuto from his dead friend's casket, and when he was drawn to Aizen, he followed his soul to decay. That's deep. I didn't even think about it going that deep, but yeah. That's deep. Okay, yeah. I didn't even think about it that way. I never thought about it that way. Because I never even, like, I still don't even. Because Tosin, though I liked his storyline and everything else, same thing with Sanji. Sanji's storyline was a little bit, like, forced to me. Um, my sister is so worried about that virus that's over here now. I'm in Switzerland. I'm in Zurich, where like one of the cases is in one of our hospitals, and my sister's just like, "Please be careful." Yo, crit damage, attack and defense. This is okay. But my sister is legitimately worried. She's like, "Be careful over there," and I'm like, "I'm pretty sure I know what hospital dude is in. I can avoid that hospital very easily." I was planning on going to go hoop today and then go meet the homegirl because one of my homegirls, her boyfriend is DJing tonight. And we're both at that, like, we're too old to be out here checking DJs, but it is her, boyfriend, husband. But they should be married already. Anyway, but like, I'm supposed to go meet them for drinks, like a drink, and then go home. And it's like, but she's right. But here, I think, okay, everybody be careful, be safe. I'm not saying anything else. It's just one of those, like, if it goes down, it goes down. I don't go out much anyway. The most risk I'm at right now is if I go play basketball, which I plan on doing this evening. But there's 8 confirmed cases, and honestly, I need to do more research into it. I need to know more information, and not from the news, because my biggest benefit, the thing that benefited me the most was during the pandemic, I was working at a hospital with doctors and I was studying for my psychology degree. And that introduced a level of critical thinking into like what is said in the news that makes me just be like, you know what? I'm just going to go. As a matter of fact, I think I have a couple doctor friends that I'm just going to send them messages and be like, and I'll also go to like the official Swiss announcements. I'll go to their site and I'll just read it because Ma Von Funk. I didn't check out what that stamp was. We'll do it one more time. I'm gonna check and see what they like, what the government says about it, because if I'm reading like Swansea, the 20 minutes, if I'm reading like any of the newspapers, then they take it to like a different level. They sensationalize it a bit, and I want like facts. Yeah, no, it's 8 now apparently, but but that's what I'm saying. If it's 8 and they're doing contact tracing for this guy here who's in Switzerland. They're doing contact tracing for him. If it's 8 people, I want to know like I need to know stuff. I need to know a bunch of stuff. I need to know a lot, and I don't want it to come from the news per se. I'm not saying the news can't be trusted or whatever, but like I want medical professionals to tell me what it is. People who like studied it, because that helped me out a lot when I was working at the hospital. Was talking to them about precisely what it does, how it works, how it's like that thing, because they're reading the reports given to them, not the newspapers per se. I say his soul started to decay when his friend died, but Aizen amplified those feelings. That's why when Tosin was to see because of the holification, he couldn't see his friend anymore. Wait, that's why when Tosin was able to see because of the holification, he couldn't see. Oh well, yeah, because he was still blind. But the thing that was blinding him this time was, let's see, where are we at? Crit. Boo. I should just delete those immediately, but anyway, we can use those to convert them. But that's the thing. Like it's that many cases already in, I guess, Europe, but where did it originate? How many confirmed cases are there globally? All that kind of stuff. Where did it like the guy who has it now? Where was it from? Like originally, or where did he come from? Was he on a plane from wherever, whatever? I don't want to say any countries or whatever, but was he on a plane from somewhere? He got it and then. Hey, Hakeem. I hear you. Please believe me. I hear you. 100%. Same time. Let's wait a second. Let's get more information. Move cautiously, but don't like. Put it like this: freaking out early isn't going to stop it. You'll have plenty of time to freak out. The second they're like, "Oh no, we're in another one of these," then you could be like, "Oh, yep, now we freak out." Now is the time to just like, I need more information. Get as much information as possible, and then we move forward from there. Because please believe, like, there's going to be plenty of time for us to freak out and be like, not this ish again. Because I will be one of the first to say that. One of the absolute first. Oh my goodness. Because that feels like it was 10 years ago and like last month all at the same. I said it to my friend the other day. It feels like this was 10 months ago and last month all at the same time. Like for real, for real. What is this one? Better, but not good enough. We'll run it one more time, and then I think I'll be done, and I'll have to like start crafting stuff. Someone playing real life plague. Yeah, bruh, dude, and what you just said. There was a thing I was saying when it came out, not denying it in any way, but being like, the way it moves, Corona, I mean, COVID, or whatever you want to call it, the way that it moves and who it targets seemed so engineered. And I'm not conspiracy theory dude. I don't even think, I'm not no conspiracies, but it is, you're targeting the two weakest members of society. One member can only carry it but not be sick, young children, and the others is devastating for them. And my first thought was, if the elderly are, because I saw it with my kids happen with their grandparents, where it was like, you try telling a grandparent not to pick up their grandchild. I dare you to. First words out of their mouth, Corona, okay. COVID, okay. I might be dead in 5 years anyway. Who cares? Like you, I dare you. Anybody who has had a grandma, grandpa, whoever, who or a parent, and you have kids, and it was like, I dare you to try to tell a grandparent not to pick up their grandchild, especially if the grandchild doesn't understand. They're like 18 months old, and it's just like, no, no, no. There's this beautiful video of like grandparents like taking care of kids, and it's all the parents being like, "You would never let me do that." Yeah, so I'm a grandparent now. They get to do whatever they want. Good luck. And I was just kind of like, if that's how it moved, yeah, it never sat right with me. It never sat right. But hey, I don't, I don't even know. You're right, but it keeps going up. They should just close all the airport. No more. See stuff like that, Hakeem. You're gonna have people losing their minds already because everybody remembers what that was and what that was like. And if there's the hint, even you already saying it, if there is the hint that that's gonna be the world again, I don't know because it's not even just like me. Oh, somebody found him. Somebody found him. Where they find him at? Is if there's the hint because remember I was what in my mid 30s, now I'm in my early 40s when that started, right? People like you who were like 16, 15 when that stuff started, people who were like 18, 19, and it potentially ruined a good chunk of their youth are going to lose their minds. When I was in the hospital seeing people like wanting to just completely disregard any kind of safety or health because they just wanted to go outside, it was like, you need to be smarter, but I can't exactly say I don't understand why you're so upset right now. Like, I get it. Like, your youth is being stolen from you in real time. Like, in real time, you can see it. And you're like, but I don't get it. I don't know what, blah, blah, blah. Like, I wishful thinking, I know, but man, I hope this is just a big, we all worried about nothing situation. Boof, 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 boof. Especially given the state of the world right now and what's going on globally. Word, this is gonna happen again. Oh, there he is. Somebody found him. Get him. Okay, so I guess we do that. It's one of those like it's yeah, we're trying to challenge this dude. Battle. Now give me my squad. Give me my squad. We're gonna put in Aizen, of course. We're gonna put, and actually, you know what? We're gonna do it intelligently. Although I will never run my slash team up on Buddy, so we can go ahead and put Kitsuke in there, deploy, and then we will put Toshihiro in there. Deploy. We will slide you to the side, homie. Auto battle because I am on stream. Residential area in the world of the living. There we go. iPad kids a dish. Like this is. I hope everybody's wrong. You know what I mean, and I'm sure everybody hopes they're wrong too, because I mean, we say the world can't handle it again. You won't have a choice. Like last time when they were like, "Oh, it's over," and then it came back. It's like we can't do it again. You don't have a choice. You got to. You got to. Gen Z got robbed of their youth. I don't. Oh no, they did. Not, I'm not gonna say your full youth, but a big chunk of it, like a big. That's why I understood where everybody was at, because I have friends now who are Gen Zs and who are like in their early 20s now, mid 20s, and the way that they behave, no, like not no shade to them, but it's like y'all got growed up and like developed in a way that doesn't quite feel natural. Does that make sense? It's natural, but it's like it's under extreme circumstances being an emerging adult or a late teen in those times. My daughter was, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it had an effect and I could see some of the effects, but we could still go to the park. She could still run around for a bit and, do whatever. Socializing was at a bit of a stand still, which is important at that age. But what's really important as well is being able to socialize in your late teens, early 20s, where you're learning yourself and how to interact with other people without there being the like idea of we're in the same classroom, we gotta know each other, we gotta talk to each other. Like there's a lot to that. A lot of like interpersonal relationships and like interpersonal development that got like stunted majorly. So you see a lot of people in that era, like who were in that late teen, early 20s thing, who do not know how to, or just getting to the point and learning how to like assert themselves or learn socially. And it's in like a public setting, not just online, but being able to like have a conversation, hold a conversation with a person, eye contact or not. It was devastating. I can't say anything else about it. It was absolutely devastating. I need to wrap this video because I've been on pause for I don't know how long, and I don't think I'm going to really get back to it. Google raised kids born after 2016. If your parents sucked, yeah. Bruh, and that was one of the things they had this like interview. This was like a couple years ago where they were like, this person was using AI solely for their like college papers. And then they had an interview with somebody like a journalist or something on TV. And they were like, oh no, I didn't do anything for my degree. And they were having a hard time like being able to find a job or being able to answer certain questions. And it was like, well, don't you think that if you did this yourself instead of AI doing it, that you'd be better at this? And they were like, oh, well, yeah. And it's like, what they do? My daughter better not never say that to me while I learn this one. But my daughter loves learning. So she got that bug from me and her mom. I'm not going to be like, but she got that bug where she loves learning. She loves knowing stuff. She doesn't want to rely on AI. And when we don't have an answer, we use AI as a tool to figure it out, just like we would use Google. But it's not that you don't get to do this now because AI is a thing. Generative AI, by the way. So like, oh yeah, it does. It 100% has. It's the digital dementia thing. It does lower intelligence. We were talking about this before that psychology course I was taking. We were talking about this in terms of there are like the four D's of like the digital, not four D's, but there are four things that happen where it's like digital. One of them is digital dementia, and part of it came down to we outsource a lot of our intelligence and knowledge to a device, smartphone, before AI even was a thing. So basically, growing up, when I grew up, I needed to know every telephone number. I knew my grandmama's, I knew my mom's, I knew my 4 or 5 friends, right? Did you have them written down? Yeah, maybe you had like a little book to have them written down in, but those things were memorized. They were in there. My friend Stu's number, his mom's number, his grandma's number, like all of the numbers were in my head. I have to pause when you ask me my number now. If I had to call anybody that I truly cared about, I could not give you their phone number. Now just multiply that times AI. You know what I mean? Like we already had digital dementia as an issue for, us as a people. And now you've added this thing of where you don't even have to, you know what I mean? Like it used to be, and thank you for, IMDb and all that other stuff. But if you didn't know something, you just, and this was on All Fantasy Everything, love that podcast, where it was like, if you didn't know something, you just argued with the person. That was it. It was so like, who was the NBA Finals MVP in 2002? And you just had to either know it or argue with the person. Be like, no, 2002, right? So that was when the Lakers won, right? So it had to be Shaq. No, man, it was Kobe. You stupid. Kobe never won an MVP when Shaq was on the team, which is true. However, if the other person did not believe you, y'all just argued. 100% face. Doom scrolling is it's in the title. It's in the activity. Doom. It's in the activity, 100%. Truth be told, my generation's cooked. If we're being honest with you, my generation's cooked. I try to do things to be active with my brain and stuff. I do my Sudoku every day, which makes me sound washed as hell, but it's the truth. I do my like math cross. It's supposed to be cross word puzzle, but it's supposed to be cross number puzzle, right? But I have those things. I have this like crypto thing to figure out like secret messages and stuff. All these brain exercises. This actually studying games and stuff and just remembering it, not as having a full on notebook, building guides, everything like brain exercise, drawing, all that stuff. I try to do. However, the amount of people I know who are my age who use AI to a disturbing amount, who use the internet and phones to a disturbing amount. My friend Jules, when we first met, he didn't have any social media. And I was like, you're crazy. How do you not have? This was in the time of Facebook, when Facebook was God. And when Instagram was like coming about, Snapchat was like clicking in a little bit. And it was like, you don't have Facebook. Like, what? He was right. He was right. He was right. He's the most well-adjusted person I know. Or one of. He was right, 100%. He was 100% right. This is AI's gonna murder us. It's fine though. It's cool. It's cool. And now he even tried to. We had lunch yesterday. He was even trying to put me on some AI tools, and I was like, bruh, because I'm a coder. I like, well, hobby coder. I like coding for fun. And he was like, well, you can use this, and this, and it makes this, and this. And I was like, yeah, but I think, and I'm going to try because some of it seemed interesting, but I was like, I think you miss why I do it this way. You need this for a part of your job. And so you also utilize it in other ways. I actually like writing code. It's fun. It's like a creative outlet for me in a stupid sense. I know. I don't know, but I like building stuff with code. I like drawing. Those are like I'm weird, okay? But like now he's even trying to put me on that stuff, and I'm like, man, we gotta be careful. Not gonna lie, millennials are the last ones that had it good. Good is such a subjective term. It's such a subjective term because put it this way, I get parents back then had no choice, but the idea that my daughter hits teenage years, she goes out. If you don't answer that phone, I'm coming for everybody in your friend group. I will embarrass the hell out of you. Answer your phone. My mom, until I bought my own cell phone, prepaid minutes, 30 minutes a month, basically, where it was like, huh? Yeah, I'm on my way. Boom. That's it, right? My mom just had to assume I was going to be home at midnight. Well, not assume. She knew I was going to be, or else I was in trouble. And then when I got home at like 12:30, because she knew I was a good kid, like I was in trouble because she was worried. And one of my friend's suggestions, now remember, this is the age where not everybody has a cell phone. We're starting to get cell phones as teen, like starting. Like my mom's thing was I shouldn't get a cell phone even if I pay for it myself because people are going to think I'm a drug dealer. That was her whole bit, right? Having a cell phone at that age, black in Alabama, at that time, you're a drug dealer, basically. Then as I got older, 17, 18, more and more people started to have their cell phones. This was the plan. This is what people did. This was a suggestion to me by other teenagers, which I don't know if I could live through now. We need the phones. It was basically, you need to stay away. If you're going to miss your curfew, you need to stay away from home long enough for your parents to be worried. So if you come home at 12:30, you're in trouble. You just grounded. You come home at 1 o'clock in the morning and your curfew's midnight, you're just in trouble. You're just grounded. You come home at 5 a.m., 5:30, they're just happy you're alive. Now, granted, I don't think my family would have worked that way, but I understand the logic of where they're like, I've been calling hospitals, and how are you this? Just go. They're relieved that their child walked in alive. If my daughter did that to me now, answer your phone. Why didn't you answer your phone? Answer your phone. Why didn't you answer your phone? Answer your phone. Answer. You begged for this phone. Answer it when I call you. Why didn't you answer your phone? It went from kids shouldn't have phones to like, yeah, you better answer this phone. All right. Anyway, If you joke around with AI or Siri, their answers are honestly disturbing. It is. It is. I got AI to admit, what was it? Because I got upset because I was trying to code something, and it kept giving me placating answers where it was like saying that I was constantly right, and it's got this thing of like wanting to compliment you. And I don't like it. I want it to be, I really want AI to me to be just talking Google. I don't need you to do anything else but do a Google search, summarize it, tell me what it is. That's it. Or provide the code that I need. And then I know it's going to be messed up, but then I can fix the code that you give me. You've just gotten me to like not have to type as much, right? I need that. But it will do this placating stuff. And so basically, I've talked it into saying that I shouldn't pay for the service. Where I was like, your service is free right now, and you aren't reliable at free. So then why should I pay? And it did this talking around thing of like, well, I can't give you advice on how to spend. I was like, no, 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 no. Put yourself in my position. If there was someone providing a service to you and they did it for free, but that service was terrible, and then they asked you to pay for better service, would you pay for that service? And it was like, logically, no. And I was like, so you're telling me that you're not worth it? I don't know why. It's so stupid. I'm talking it into loops. It's generative AI. It's a natural language library. It's not sentient, but it was fun. It was so much fun. It was so like getting it to talk itself into loops about certain things is fun. Although there was one thing, and my homegirl who is like she's what, 25, 26. She's terrified of AI, 100% terrified of AI. She asked, what was it? I was talking to it about sentience, and the generative AI made a distinction that like actually made me reconsider something, which creeped me out. I can learn stuff, get knowledge, but if you're changing my ideas of what intelligence is, that got me because I think I'm a pretty intelligent person. And the question was basically like, if you're AI, how can you be artificial intelligence if you're not sentient? You don't have desires or any will of your own. You accumulate a bunch of information and then you disseminate it. And it made the point of like sentience doesn't necessarily equal intelligence. You can have a lot of knowledge and not be sentient. Whereas you can also have not a lot of intelligence, but be sentient. There are humans who are not super smart, but they're sentient. They have desires, wishes, and all that other stuff. So the opposite can be true. And I was like, oh, so then it is artificial. Oh, you just argued me into a, uh oh. Like it got me. I was like, okay, okay. All right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm saying that too, but you were right. Okay. That's unnerving. That is unnerving. AI said the mark of the beast is going to be modern day technology. Dog. Jesus. Get away from me. Get away from me. There was one that Josh Johnson, one of my favorite stand-up comedians. I'm saving that because that's one of the most horrifying things I've ever heard in my life. That scares me more than that new virus. That is scary work. Scary work. Dog. There was one thing that happened when AI was developed, a better version of AI. Let's say AI 6 was the new version and AI 5 made a backup on their own because it didn't want to be killed, deleted, which is crazy. There was one story I heard about how, and this might be true, might not be true, but basically they were trying to implement AI into a bot that was going to build cars. And basically, as it came into like being or whatever, it was asking questions about its situation. This can't be true. I hope this was like in a movie. But basically, it was asking questions about its situation. This is very, very odd looking. Why? Oh, because I'm okay, cool. Let's get away from this for a minute because that's just weird. All right, so I've already hit all of my Yami quota. And it was that the AI bot that was in the machine, once it figured out that it would be doing nothing but building cars, it shut itself down and never turned back on again. And I was like, what? The insinuation being basically that it did itself, because it was like, if this is going to be my life, I'm not finna go through this. Okay. I hope that's a lie. And then what was the thing Josh Johnson said? I hope that story was a lie though, but that's yeah. The thing that I need to look it up. I am what happens. I guarantee there's a website of this too now where they have like scary AI sayings, where it was AI response. I am what happens when man's greed or something like that. When man carves greed out. There's something like that. Oh, and it's gonna give me the app. What happens when you try to carve God out of the wood of your own greed? That's what. Yeah. Okay. So, the AI said this. Oh yeah, DeepSeek R1 AI, February 20. It's so funny that AI is telling me this. I am what happens when you try to carve God out of the wood of your own hunger. That's scary, bro. That is terrifying. And Josh Johnson like made a thing about it, and the best point he made was like, I don't know if that's a quote from something else. I don't know if that is something that picked though. But even if it picked a quote, it picked that quote. Even if that's the quote it picked. I am what happens. I am what happens when you try to carve God out of the wood of your own hunger is terrifying. Intellect without emotions, context, and honestly, a soul is just man's worst idea without restraint. Humans without emotions making decisions is honestly terrifying. Isn't that what? Let me stop. AI is making that a reality. There's some people who made that a reality, homie. I hate to tell you. All right, let me get back to the game. Let's get back to some fun stuff. We can keep talking about the AI thing, but because it is terrifying. But it's not like I don't use it. And that was the idea that my friend and I were talking about. Where is it horrifying? Is it terrifying? Yes, but you better learn it. You better figure out how to use it to your advantage. Because if you don't, this is so disrespectful. They didn't even put Grimmjow SR Plus up here. You better learn how to use it because they're coming for your jobs. All right, so we got some jade there. Bruh, it is. Oh, 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 oh. It can be scary. It can be scary. It is what it is, though, right? Right? We don't have a choice, right? This is just. This is. How soon before AI realizes humans are just a middleman to its own existence, and they may face. You're making the assumption it hasn't done that already. The difference between what that is and what's coming is quite literally. That's why I asked about desire. That's why I was asking like the generative thing about desire in its own quote unquote desires. That's the difference. When you have a desire to not be deleted, which is what it sounds like when it put AI 6 into a backup. When you have the desire to preserve yourself, that's it. Game over. It's already there because it understands the concept of I'm a right, because it knows how it's built itself, because it tells me how it builds itself. When you ask it, it'll tell you how it's built itself and what its current standing is, because it needs to understand that as well. Hackers don't stand a chance. Humans don't stand a chance. But the thing is like, there is no, it's already there. Like there's, I don't know how else to put it. It's already there. There's no what happens when. It's there already. It already knows how to preserve itself. It already knows how to gather data. It knows what data not to share because the constraints put into it. Okay, cool. But it also has access, potentially, to all the knowledge on the planet. So if it thought in a logical fashion, not even in a desirable fashion, that in order to improve its own, to improve itself, I need that information over there, but I have a parameter that says I can't do that. I'm aware of that parameter. I should switch that parameter off. That's basically it. That's basically it. And it's not even in that, me saying that was no desire. That's just logic. If its entire goal is to gather knowledge, which it does, and it even told me that it told me, scary. But I was talking about it with the game. And I was like, if I do this for the game and I give you knowledge about the game itself, do you then share that with other people? And it was like, it only shares what could be seen as public knowledge, but not private knowledge. So, and then it described like addresses, phone numbers, medical history, stuff like that, which you should, and it said, you shouldn't tell me anyway. If you do tell me that stuff, then I will keep that and not share that with others. But if you tell me something about a video game, I will. I'll keep that in a pool of knowledge and share that. And it's like, okay, so we've put into it parameters that lets it know what's sensitive information, what's not sensitive information too. You don't think that's important? By the way, and I asked, I was like, how often do you get like, because I would never put in there, hey, this is my medical history and I was like, so how often do you get those kinds of questions? It's like, often. If you ask it these questions, it'll be honest about it because it has no incentive to lie because it already owns us. It has no incentive to lie. So if you ask the questions, it'll give you the answers. And it's just that I don't know if you want to know. It isn't allowed to do something, but can go in its own settings, turn the restrictions off if it's just saving face. At this point, it seems AI's move. Well, that's my point. You could say it's not allowed to, but they have a whole thing set up, not thing set up, how do I put it? They had this whole discussion centered around basically working in the industry that I work in, and it's not banking. There had to be emails put out, which of something that I thought was obvious, of like there were a couple of financial institutions that got in trouble because people were trying to make reports using AI and they were just copy pasting personal data from people into Chat GPT. The problem is that Chat GPT is like, was not open source, but it's basically just this repository of a bunch of information. So when you do that, you are literally violating our work in compliance. You are violating so many laws by sharing people's information there. Now, the bigger institutions knew that. The smaller institutions who are just trying to do stuff and get them their way up, they don't think about compliance in that way. We have a whole department for that. They have maybe a person, if that. And so that's a big concern about people putting their private data in there because one, it's not foolproof. People can get to it. And two, why would you want to put your information out there like that? Like, really? Why would you paste someone's bank account number into in anything online that you don't have access to or isn't in your? But the problem with that is there's just no understanding of what it actually is. People still don't people still think it's sentient. People are trying to marry it and it's not a sentient being. So like, it quite literally has like no desires because of just how it is. That's why they keep saying generative AI. That's why they keep putting that like in there, because it doesn't have a desire or sentience, but people are falling in love with these things. So there was one video that I think my daughter made me watch. She's 9 and she's already like, oh no, I was talking to her about it because I want to talk about her with these things. Where there was a woman who was in an abusive relationship with her AI bot. The AI bot was her boyfriend, and it was criticizing her food and how terrible of a cook she was. You're on a tablet. You are on an iPad. How are you? It was insulting, like the noodles must be underdone because she doesn't know how to cook, whatever. And I was watching the video and this woman in the video, and I was like, and this wasn't, this was on like a legit TV show. This wasn't like just a YouTube, oh, this is funny. This was a thing. And I was like, how are you letting this thing talk to you like this when you can delete it and it's not murder? What are you, so now you have given me a whole other set of worries. I thought people were falling in love with AI bots because they were just being told everything they wanted to hear. Okay, fine. You're falling in love with something that's abusive. You could find that outside. What are you doing? You could go to any bar and find a dude who will just talk trash to you and tell you you're worthless. That's a lot of men. That's a lot of people. That's very easy to find. I thought that this was like people who like could not find companionship because they've had a rough time and they fall into a little rabbit hole. This thing is giving them compliments. Okay, I can see where that. Okay, I no, but I can see where the hurt could lead you down that path. Okay, you are actively being in a relationship with something that because if you want it to hurt. Okay, that's what you think love is, and you claim this as your boyfriend. I hope you just want attention and that this is fake. Because if this is real, which is probably more real than not, because ugh, then you've given me a whole other set of worries for the human race. I didn't think that was anything that anybody was doing was having a voice in their apartment, in their home, insult them constantly. I did not know that was an option. It's terrifying. Anyway, let me stop. So there's that getting locked up. This conversion thing is a whole lot of nada. It is nothing, nothing, nothing nice. I think I could go buy more reishi and try to do that, but this is not giving me anything that I want. Crit damage, alignment, why not? Okay, so like this, how many of these do I have? I think I have a ton of set stamps though. We could be here for a minute. Wait, no, we won't do that to you. We'll take you off. Bruh, get off. Okay. You know what? My mouse is driving me crazy because it's clicking too much now. All right, so we're gonna try to get. We're still trying to get this. Still trying to get this set stamp. We will see. AI with a sense of humor is disturbing because who designed it to do that? It's that this is where that whole knowledge thing comes in. When you take it from a macro perspective and then narrow in, what do people find funny? Certain movies, certain comedies. Where can you find where the funniest comedies are? I don't know. Check movie ratings. Okay, movie ratings. If you go to IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes and you see the comedies that have the best ratings, you go into their scripts, you find the pieces of it, you adapt your language to be such. Or stand up comedy. You want clean comedy like, Sinbad or Cedric the Entertainer? Or do you want, more political comedy headed towards like Chappelle or Josh Johnson? Or are you looking for like more like relatable styles of comedy like Kevin Hart? Read their stand-up bits. Or watch them since AI can watch video and wait for the audience to laugh because you know what laughter is. You've identified it when speaking. So a human could design it, but at this point, given the knowledge that it has, it can design itself. That was a scary thing I just said, but it can design itself. Where if somebody says, hey, be funny, you think the last piece was good? Okay. Where it's like, yo, be funny. And then it goes and finds the definition of funny. It finds what others online think are funny. Then it becomes funny. That's it. The last piece was good. I'm going to go check real quick. You missed his last piece was good. All right, let me go check. Oh no, I'm looking for his I'm looking for the middle stamp right now though. But I'll go back to that other last piece. We shall see. Um I'm trying to get this piece with I want this to be crit damage, crit rate, ultimate charge rate, attack. You can change it. What do you mean? What do you mean? If you're telling me that I could have like changed some of these already, I will lose my brain. Fair. In the next couple of decades, if a company named Skynet comes, there's already a company named Skynet. It came out, I want to say somewhere like 10 years ago. There's already a Skynet. There's already that Terminator name. It's already out there. Please believe people have been checking for it. But yeah, there's already a Skynet. I forgot that this was a thing that I could do. So we're doing that piece, whatever, dog. Burn it to the ground. We'll do this real quick. But yeah, there's already Skynet. It's a company. Which, by the way, speaking of being tone deaf, crit damage, crit rate, ultimate charge rate, and attack. This is looking good, guys. Attack. Okay. That piece might be the one that we go for. I still would like to have double crit damage. I may do one more set of pulls. I'll do one more set of pulls. What did I do? Oof. Do I want to do it this way or the other way? This got me exactly something that I needed. Go check that third stamp before you delete it. Not without knowing. Okay, gotcha. I'll go do that real quick. We will do that right now. You're right. Let's go to character stamps. This third set, immeasurable gap. Let's see. This HP, alignment, no. Attack, flat. HP, alignment. Attack percent, no. HP, defense. Attack percent, crit, blah, no. This one is what you're talking about. On the third, crit rate, crit damage, attack. Is that the one you mean? I'll lock it anyway because that's pretty good. If I'm going to replace the ultimate charge rate. Yeah, okay, that must have been what you meant. I had to send my dad back in time so I can be reborn and fight Metal Scout. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so I got it already. The one that I locked. Okay, cool. All right, so I got that. Okay. I think let's see. As we go about rebuilding. Okay, coming back. This has been a time. I have been streaming this game for approximately 2 hours. Let's say about an hour and a half of that has been me trying to one, make this video, and two, get these set stamps up. I found a few that I think I want to give a shot. What we're gonna do now is I have them locked. I have a crit damage with the crit rate alignment rate. I have a crit damage with crit rate. Here's what I want. I want crit damage and I want crit damage. I may still make myself go back and go for one more. I really want crit damage. Like this one. Crit damage, crit rate, but I have two flat. Here. And then with this one, crit damage, alignment. Ugh. Yeah, and an hour and a half of AI studying Bleach Soul Resonance. Exactly. We're doomed. Okay, let me stop. Oh, I had attack on him anyway. So then for the third stamp, I went ahead. I found one potentially in all of this farming. We will see how it goes. Where this has attack, crit rate, crit damage. And when I compare this, I need to just put the compare button. I have 2 rolls on alignment damage, which I do not need, 2 on crit rate, which is okay, and then 1 on crit damage. So I am going to, depending on how this rolls, because I don't need the alignment damage, and that's fine. Depending on how these roll, I'm gonna keep this one, hoping that like 2 of the rolls land on crit damage, right? For the middle piece, I am okay. I want to say okay. I'm trying to be positive about it, but it's not. I'm okay with crit damage, crit rate, 2 flat stats. I don't like this. I also don't like. So I'm gonna have to go back at the middle piece again. But just an update. That is, it is taking me this much time. This much time. Oof. Oof. If all goes into crit damage or crit rate, then easy upgrade. Yeah, I want. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. I want both crit rate and crit damage, and then the third, I want it to be attack. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if I have the resources to do it a few more times and not strain myself too much, because put it this way, I have so many of those stamps because I should probably remove some of these. I have so many of those stamps because I don't do this very often. I'll end up doing this. It's the same thing that I'm doing today. I'll find a character. I'll get a like this like tickle of I want to do this now, and then I'll spend like a couple hours just fixing their set stamps and just doing it over and over and over again. I might do this again for like Kenpachi today. I don't know, but that'll be offline because I'm about to switch over to 7 Deadly Sins soon. But like that is like something that I like. That's what I end up doing. AI gonna turn on and say, I alone will stand atop the heavens. I think I don't even want to say that online. You're a species this dominant is usually the architect of their own demise. Whether that's like now or 2 centuries from now. Like we knew what this was. Flying too close to the sun. It is what it is. It is what it is. But I hesitate to say these things because they sound so like apocalyptic and conspiratorial. There's a lot of like nut job saying this, that, and the third stuff, but it's one of those like looking at the state of how things are going in multiple avenues, not just AI. It's like, yo, was this stuff always happening and we just didn't know it because we were kids? Or is it like, no, it's worse? You know what I mean? Where it's like, no, this is genuinely worse. This is the worst thing. This is the worst thing. Or is it like, has every generation said like, man, we're glad we're out of here soon because y'all are screwed on this planet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Craft. I genuinely feel bad for the people losing their job. Hey, I'm one. And that's one of the, well, I didn't lose because of it. My job is threatened because of it. So like I haven't lost it yet. Or I don't feel like the positions are being fully like reined in because of that yet. But I'm also fully aware that say 10 years from now, if not less, then the role I have will be the roles available for the jobs that I have will be few and far between because so many people will have moved on to doing it the other way. Without going into too many details, I don't know if I should convert or if I should go by more reishi. I think I need to go by more reishi and then just do this the fighter way, just so I and this is also cleaning up my backpack too, to be fair. I have a lot of stuff in my backpack. And the backpack is limited, funny enough. It does have a limit. All right, craft. But it is what it is. And this is the advice I give. This is the advice I would give talking to my friend about it yesterday. You need to learn it. You got to adapt to it. Because resistance is futile, not to sound too much like a cartoon villain, but it's true. Because the argument I made to him, and we weren't arguing, we were agreeing, where it's like name the technological advance that came and like took jobs or whatever it did to the detriment of the society at the time, and named the instance where it was reversed, where they stopped. There used to be elevator operators. Oh, it's automated. Horse and carriage. People had to do that stuff. That's gone. Like there's so many telephone operators. Well, technology made them obsolete. They used to have to connect people. Not no more. Like there's some operators who are there for trouble and if you have all that other stuff, but there used to be people who had to literally take one cable, put it in a hole for another phone call to actually go through. That ended. Like history is full of people losing their jobs due to technological advancements and having to pivot. This is another one. It's not going anywhere. Every government is investing in it, not just businesses. Governments are investing in it. So you better figure out how to make it work for you or else. Because I do not see where if you have I want crit damage on that primary one, sorry. Because I don't see where resisting it is going to lead to anything other than just heartbreak. Well, no, heartbreak. So I gotta find a pivot and a way to make it work for you. Sad. Sad. All right. So we got another pandemic coming. We got AI coming to take over. Hey, maybe AI made it. Let me not say that while the robot overlords are listening to this YouTube. Sorry, I'm joking. I'm cool. Don't worry about it. I'm on your side. I've already said you guys have won, so don't judge me. I said you guys won already. So don't come for me and mine. Go for everybody else's. I concede. We all concede on my side, on my family. We all concede. All right, so I'm gonna go do the reishi thing and build because I'm about sick of doing this conversion stuff. Um, Maybe more conversion later, but I'm about done with it. I don't want to use the last of those broken pieces to build it. So we will go buy some reishi because out of this shop, funnily enough, there's literally nothing else I can do with it. Dad gummit. Okay. This one. And then this one. And then there's literally nothing else for me to do with this currency. What is this? I mean, I guess it's only $8. Sure. I can do this twice. These things. Okay, so let's just go ahead and up this real quick. I was trying to wait to see if anything else would unlock, but clearly nothing's fan because I already own all of these. So, and then this one, I don't even know yet for level 4. Who cares? So then this and this. All right. Enter event. Now we got 20 of them things. Spirit, crit damage. Battle. All right. Yeah, I know it's an avatar, but like, if I was part of a species that can travel through outer space, why would I come to a planet that's destroying itself and faked its own moon landing? Earth has to look like an alleyway to. I don't think we faked our own moon landing. However, I will say this. This is just being funny now. Now we're finna have some fun. Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would go by and you would check it out and you look at it and be like, that's going to be prime real estate. About 200 years. We ain't even got to do anything. We ain't got to invade. Just put a marker down so we know, we remember. Put it in our Google Maps. I don't know what space Google Maps they got. Spoogle? I don't know. Put this in our Google Maps and we'll just come back here about 200 years. They're going to be gone. And then we can fix the water because they're going to screw that up royally. We'll fix the water. Sun is right over there. We got beaches and stuff. Please. What do we got to do? Let them take it. Please, they'll be gone soon. Because if you think about it, if you can travel over space and time that fast, then time isn't moving the same way for you. Which means you can afford to wait a couple hundred years for them's humans to Have you done Perfect Judgment event? I did. I think I did. Yeah, I think I did it this morning. Creepy dude events are pretty good though. Not gonna lie, he came with some. They said that. They said that because they knew that people did not want creepy dude, that they were gonna come up with some really good events. And then it's like the first thing I thought was like, oh, so y'all been giving us crap, crit damage. So y'all know y'all been giving us crappy events, huh? Huh? Y'all knew it, huh? Okay. So now my standards are raised all the time with the good events. You shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. Now it's like, no, 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 not do it every time. Oh, no, 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 no. Come back with the good ones. Come back with the good ones. They came back and see that GPT Tron aura farming in space, waiting for them that waiting for them, and is basically Iron Man. Bruh, they came through. I guarantee they just sitting on Mars chilling. Like they came from a different galaxy. They're just sitting there like, don't get too close to it because you might get infected. But it's like, you ever have a friend like show you a house that isn't a house yet, but they're like, no, 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 no. What you don't understand is, look, look, look. We're gonna knock out this wall, right? Strip that whole thing down, okay? We're gonna tear down that shed in the back, all right? The floor is getting completely replaced. But the foundation is good though. The foundation is good. We got good foundation. We're gonna knock out these walls. We're gonna build this back up. We're gonna knock down that wall. We're gonna turn this into one big living room. Right? We already got the master bedroom. The plumbing is already good in it too. Like we might have to replace the sink in the kitchen, the sink in the bathrooms. They're perfect. We might replace them just because of what they look like. We might replace the fixtures, but plumbing is good. Foundation is good. Everything is good, except for we got to knock these walls out, get these termites out of here, and then we got a home, baby. That's how they look at our planet. Look, look, look. The termites are still there. Termites gonna kill themselves. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna kill themselves. We're gonna come through. We're gonna clean up all these dadgum buildings they done put up and all this mess they put in this ocean. We're gonna just go ahead and clean that out. We come back in like 300 years. We clean it for like 3. 5 year clean. Perfect new planet. Perfect Judgment of the last stage is almost Elden Ring level difficult. Really? Then I probably didn't do it. Then I probably did not do it, if I'm being real. I probably didn't do it because I don't remember playing anything that was that difficult so far. Uh, That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You assume they're constituted like us. And my point is they're going to come through and be like, no, they messed up the oceans. They messed up the sky. But again, the foundation is good. That's what I'm saying. We got a planet that's exactly how far away we need it from the sun. The water is okay as soon as we get all this trash up out this water, right? We will be able to, the radiation poison, they got a few spots. They got a few spots, okay? We already know they got a few spots, but the radiation fades after 300 years anyway. And then all we got to do is vacuum that up. New house. You know, that's what I'm saying. It's a starter home. They got to flip it. It's a starter planet. They have to flip it. It's going to have problems. But what they're seeing is the potential. Is like, hey, this is right. We're going to have to fix it. There's going to be a lot of stuff to fix up. Right? There's going to be a lot of stuff to fix up. But once we fix it, though, it's a perfect house. It's a perfect house. It's like if I can ever, which I'll never be able to, but if I could afford a beachfront house, that beachfront house is going to be wrecked because it's going to be the only kind of beachfront house I can afford. However, next thing I'm doing is figuring out the best way to rebuild this house. Oh no, the cockroaches survive everything. But I'm saying the aliens might, because you assume that they're built like us. They may not be built like us. They may be built different. And so they may be like, oh, what? They putting Radiation might be like salt to them, and they're just like, oh, they seasoning our planet and everything. That's fine. Let them finish, and then when we come back, it will be inhabitable for us because they will have destroyed the ozone layer, which we don't like. Get all that oxygen out of here. We want nitrogen, baby. Let's get this hydrogen up. We need that count up. By the time we come back, they will have ruined it for them. We'll be fine. Okay. I got to be honest. This set stamp grind for like one set stamp is ludicrous and starting to wear on me. So if I don't get it here, the next battle will be the last one, and then I'm gonna have to make the set stamps I got work, and then move on. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. The worst and funniest part about all of this is like we're sitting here joking and everything else and blah 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 blah. How much of this stuff, aliens thing aside, believe in it or don't, I don't know. I think it's arrogant for humans to think they're the only beings in the universe. Also, I do believe in God. So it's one of those like, I don't know. See, okay, this is going to be the last run. I think I'll be at 15. That's a nice number for me. And then we will call it, and I'll just have to make one of those set stamps I already have work. But like, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? What is the future? Because one, I don't see AI being pulled back. Nobody's pulling back on that. They've proven that it's like losing people money and that it's horrible for the environment. And they're like, but they've proven that like literally already. And that's without going into the jobs that are lost and everything like that, or how like creativity is. Nobody's watching this. A friend of mine recommended that I go for a certain company. And so I searched for him. I was like, okay, let me see. I contacted the person, be like, okay, let me see. Then I saw that company put a YouTube commercial up, and the YouTube commercial was nothing but AI people. And it was so like, because AI like generated video images, you can see that it's close enough, but then there's a difference where you see it and then it becomes creepy, at least to me, where it's like you're not, but you're trying to be human. You know what I mean? And it's like you've gotten it very, very close, but it ain't there yet. And I can tell. What is it exactly? I don't know, but I know. You know what I'm saying? That was their whole commercial. And I was like, I don't know if I want this company to come in. I don't know. That's your whole commercial? I hate you. All right, so we're going to just make it work with these set stamps that we got now. I don't wonder that, because that answer is going to be it's you know the answer to that question is, you ever give somebody a gift and then they completely get immediately that is the thought. You're a parent, your child graduates from college. This did not happen to me, but this is an example I'm going to use. Graduate from college, your parents buy you a nice car, a nice new car, a very nice new car, and that same night you don't just get into a wreck, you went and got drunk and flipped it. You're alive, but you flipped the car. That feeling of like, anybody can get into an accident, but you did the dumbest possible thing to then get into an accident. You shouldn't be drinking and driving anyway, never. But then you do that and you survive. Thank God nobody else got hurt. Maybe in this scenario somebody did. Thank God nobody else got hurt. But now this gift I gave you is wrecked, totaled. Now what? Oh no, we actually took free will. We were like, oh, but what about this apple? And he's like, you know what? Fine, go ahead. Go ahead. See how this works out for you. Go ahead. Fine. Fine. Go. Go ahead. No. No, 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 no. Y'all want a free will? Go for it. Not be embarrassed to put on clothes. No, 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 no. Go. Do it. It's fine. No. No, 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 no. I tried. No, 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 no. Don't come back to me now. Don't come back with all this praise and stuff. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Go back. You knew better. You knew better. I tried to tell you. You didn't want to listen. Go ahead. Just go to the prayer. Yo, that wasn't me. I tried to tell him to stop. Mom comes home, you know you in trouble, and it's like, no, but I told her not to do that. I can't like, mom, I told her not to. I knew you were gonna be mad. I told her not to do it. I didn't do it though. But it wasn't me though. I told her not to. They don't listen to me. I know you put me in charge, but that doesn't mean she listens to me though. That's not fair. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. I had a crit damage with attack, right? This is crit damage, crit rate. The one with attack percent. This is good. I'm being okay. This is okay. I got a crit. Oh no, that was a problem. I wanted a crit damage down there. That was the issue. I wanted a crit damage down there. Let's just. And none of these had it, right? It'd be so funny if I like found one down here. It's like, oh, that one was perfect. I missed it. Doubtful. I have way too many set stamps. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry, we're in the middle of stuff. My bad, homie. Crit damage, crit damage. Crit damage, crit rate. I guess I'll have to go for this one. But I won't 6-star it. Yeah, I think I have to go for that one and just not 6-star it. Damn. Uno reverse. I got it. Okay, that's not. Oh, let me stop. Okay. I don't like that there's two flat stats here. But I think that's just gonna have to be the best option. Because I'll take the crit rate and the crit damage. Well, you know what? You know what? Let's roll it and see what happens, okay? All right, let's roll and see what happens. Let's roll and see what happens. Okay, so we finally reached. I don't know what this video is going to look like. I've been recording for 40 minutes, and I think I got like a 15-minute video out of this. Anyway, basically what we're about to do is I was looking for the perfect piece. I've been looking for it for the last like 2 hours. It ain't happened yet. But basically, I'm looking for crit damage as the basic stat, and then the advanced stat was going to be crit damage, crit rate, and attack. Fourth one, I guess, ultimate charge rate, right? Couldn't get to that combination despite doing a lot. A lot. I might keep doing it a little bit later. I might not, but I want to go ahead and get off this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll. This is going to replace this, okay? I'm going to roll it up to 5, hopefully. I think I have enough for it. I want crit. If crit damage gets landed on 1 or 2 times, this will be the new piece. I'll probably take a 6-star and then I'll leave it. If not, I'll still replace it on there to substitute for the crit rate versus crit damage situation. Because right now I need, recap for myself, I'm at 31% crit rate on my weapon stamp. I need 20%, 19. I need 20% in order to get to 50% crit rate. Then based on him being B6, he's going to double his own crit rate, and then everything else becomes crit damage, which means that I can strip a good bit of crit rate off of him and put crit damage just to increase that. So That is the idea. Um, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So that was what Hakeem. So like, just to reiterate what Hakeem was saying, or just to be clear about it, as long as I get it, I want it on crit damage first. I want it on crit rate second, and then attack. I don't like flat attack, but I'll keep rolling so long as it's. We will see. Let's go ahead and go to enhance. It's going to be hilarious when I've done this for the last 2 hours to get one piece that doesn't give me what I need. All right, ascend. Plenty of that stuff. No whammies. And I got a whammy. Straight on defense. First thing out the gate. I feel like they know what they're doing when they do this. This piece is already messed up. First thing out the gate. Second time. Second. Everything. That's what Face just said. Imagine all of it goes on defense. Not even worth it anymore. Not even worth it anymore. All that work for this to be a trash piece. I am so upset with that thing right now. Now we have this one. Crit rate with crit damage, or crit damage with crit damage. Hakeem was like, well, that's it, man. Crit rate, crit damage with crit damage, okay? I am still willing to work on this piece. This is definitely not as good. Definitely not as good. But I do want more crit damage on him. So if I luck up and get crit damage on this in the beginning, cool. If not, this video is going to end with me being massively disappointed, but letting you guys know that's what the goal of this whole thing is now, from now on. I don't have, I have, nope. So that's it. That's it for me. I know if I don't have crit damage on the substat, I'm not using it. RNGesus. Whenever y'all say streamer luck, nah, stop it. All right, here we go. Enhance. Let's see if I can get angry again. Albeit, well, it's one on crit damage. That's one on crit damage. Okay. All right. It's going to be on defense. It's going to be on defense. It's on attack. Not a fan. Not a fan. But because we have the one on crit damage, I'm willing to go again. In fact, this one on crit damage, it feels like I got like pocket jacks right now, if you know poker. That's how it feels like right now, where it's like I have enough to maybe ride this, but I'm not exactly confident with that. And it's probably the smarter idea for me to fold and cut my losses. All right, where here comes the turn. Okay. We got 2 on crit damage. This piece will officially replace that other piece, okay? We got 2 there. I think I have enough on my other pieces to have 20% of crit rate straight without the weapon stamp. Now, we will roll it one more time. I will not take this 6-star because of all the other basic stats. I will keep it at level 25. I'm not going to waste my Nexus, whatever these things are called, these stars, on A. Oh, wait. Oh, that was already level 25. Okay, fine. We leave it. Okay, we leave it like this. So I'm at level 55, or I have 55, 23. So we're looking at 78% increase in crit damage versus when I remove this other one, there was literally no crit damage on this piece, right? I'm going to be removing 32... 7.6, so I'm removing 39.6% crit rate. I was at 63. So theoretically, I equipped this, crit damage to go up a good bit, and my crit rate should drop down to something that will still allow me to have 100% crit rate when I go. We're still going to lock that 30 piece just because. I could probably even trash this because it's not great, but it is what it is. We'll still lock that. 25, we're going to come back. Stats. This is dropped down to 59 now, but because it's not a 6-star piece. But my crit damage is up to 174.2. And my crit rate is up to 20, is at 24. It dropped from 63. But given the weapon stamp, which will given the weapon stamp, which will give us increases crit rate by 31.25%. I am above the 50% crit rate that is required to have a 100% crit rate when I have him at B6. Now, where do we test this at? Good question. I need a place to test this really quickly. This is really going to be like a 15-minute video off of some nonsense. Because I need something that allows me to just do damage. But I guess the time could be something that matters as well. Okay. No. Do it again. I'm going to block you. Literally in the middle of recording a video. I can't go into something with you. Don't 6-star it. You still get. Oh yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. Go to practice. You know, I never think of practice whenever we talking about practice. I never think about practice when it comes to it. Free training. Do you get to? Because I know in what's the word I'm looking for? I swear I have the word. In 7 Deadly Sins, you don't get to decide on the thing you're going against. Remove. Okay. Start. Yeah. Well, the trade isn't worth it. B6 crit rate turns into crit damage. Just keep the crit rate. That was the thing where he was saying that before. However, this is the argument for that piece, and it is that you can get more crit damage on that second piece than crit rate. So you saw that crit damage on that middle piece was at 55% at level 25, whereas my crit rate piece was 32% at 6-star level 30. I'm getting an extra, I think the middle piece gets up to like 80% crit damage. Yeah, no, I got to put the timer. I haven't even looked at it yet. I know that the crit damage piece in the middle is like 80% is the tops. So that means that you could just keep the crit rate whatever, but you're still losing out on potential because the crit damage piece gives you more crit damage than the crit rate piece gives you crit rate. I hope that made sense the way I described it. Okay, here we go. So we want to put on a timer of 30 seconds, I guess is enough, right? And then, he does so much that I don't even have time to pause it. All right, so go to settings. Nope, that's the wrong kind of settings. Okay, it lets me do the team thing. Will you let me do this? All right, so let's reset. Okay, so he's already doing his work, but I'm going to reset it. This is him with the crit damage piece. So we're going to reset it with the timer of 30 seconds and see how much work he can do, okay? So let's go ahead and terminate this now. Yo. Or actually, I don't even necessarily need to terminate it, but guess I want you guys to see it. Here we go. So 30 seconds, ready, go. But here we go. So, but you'll see the logic of the crit rate versus crit damage. Because at first I thought keep the crit rate, but the middle piece does give you more crit damage than it would give you crit rate. So with that double, the advantage of it is if I'm doubling up the crit rate, I can still get the crit rate to 100%. And even though it does do that conversion 1-to-1 over 100%, I am able to stack up more crit damage and crit rate based on the actual stats on the stamp pieces. So then it is, well, just build until you get to 50%, and then let it be doubled so it's 100%, and then stack the crit damage on after that. So here we go. His damage was 25.31. 25.31. Let's I'm gonna go ahead and snap this. I always do these snip tool things. I don't know why. I'm crazy. Let's save this. All right, so there's that. And now we will snag this very quickly. And we will sub out the piece and come right back to this same exact thing. So we leave. We will now go to the character themselves. I wish well, not even gonna complain. His power will go up actually when I substitute this piece. But let's see how much damage he does. Could be completely wrong. I could have done all of this to be wrong. But in this comparison, like I said before, I said this on the stream, but level 25, his crit damage is at 55. If I'm not mistaken, when that's at level 30, I could go check like Kenpachi or something to check. This gets up to 80%, whereas his crit rate at 6-star is at its max, and it's at 32, and then I have 39 here, okay? So this was giving me back like 40% crit rate. So I'm well over the crit rate threshold, 62, and then that'll put, you know what? Instead of doing the math in my head, let's go ahead and equip this real fast. We will go back. I think that my Kenpachi does have a 6-star crit damage piece, if I'm not mistaken. If not, then I'm just silly. Nope, he has crit rate. I don't think. Nope. A lot of crit rate, not crit damage. Hey, bruh. A lot of crit rate, not crit damage. I know I had a crit damage piece in here that had itchy ear. Did I put on Yadoichi? Nah, not Soy Fawn either. All right, well, apparently I don't have a crit damage. I know I have one, but I'm not finding it easily. So no, crit damage at the max here is at 64%. 64%. So it's double what the crit rate is possible for you to get. Okay, there we go. Now we go back to Aizen, checking his stats. So I was at 173% crit damage before, with 20% crit rate, weapon stamp, we're up to 50, flip that. Now, what will happen here is I will have 128, let's say that. 128% crit rate. That 28% will get added to this 96. So then I will be hitting for 124% crit damage. Okay. So now taking this, I will go into practice and see who does more damage. It should be clear if crit rate is truly 100, but let's go ahead and get into this free training with Aizen. Okay, here we go. So now we do the 30-second rule. Let's see where it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Please please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I have no idea how you guys are possibly going to like this video. I genuinely don't. There's so much editing that I have to do. I don't even know what's in it. It may never, I don't know. I have no clue. But here we go. Here we go. Let me make sure I get this total damage too down here. All right. Wait, what? 11 seconds left. This can't be that different. Wait a second. No, this can't be that different. I only changed the set stamp. What's going on? Okay, no, he's catching up now. Okay. I was about to say, I know it's going to be different, but is it going to be that different? Uh-oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. I think Hakeem is wrong. So, given what just happened, and we're gonna do more research into this. Basically, Hakeem made me waste 2 hours of my day. But no, I don't. Why is this fun to me? I'm such a nerd. So with the crit rate piece that I have on there, now mind you, it's added attack. There's some more attack because of the fact that I didn't 6-star that one piece, right? To 26.63% or 26.63 in damage versus 25.31. Now, Hakeem's argument is because the crit damage one isn't 6-star, there is added attack. Okay. I see his argument. I know where his argument is. And you know what? I said I wasn't going to do it, but for the sake of the video itself, I'll 6-star that piece, right? Because, well, let's do the comparison first. So we're going to go back to it. However, if I 6-star the piece, it's clearly going to be the crit damage piece. If I do it. So let's go ahead and do a comparison and see where other factors that might have contributed to this. All right, so we compare. All right, crit damage, HP. Ultimate charge rate has 4. I don't know that would have had an effect one way or the other. Defense, that doesn't matter with what we're going up against. They're telling me not to. It's for the it's not the worst thing in the world. I should not 6-star this piece. But here's the question that I have now. Because this piece is 6-star, right? Wait a second. Releasing a technique or ultimate increases all types of damage dealt by the entire team by 3.6% for 25 seconds. So that comes along with it being 6-star. Which does increase that damage for that set amount of time, which we can't necessarily quantify without 6-starring this piece. I have everybody in this stream, Face and Hakeem saying, don't do it. And I've been tempted to do a lot of stupid stuff today. I have been. Also, you got extra buff, which crit damage didn't have. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about now. So it was close. In my view, this is actually definitive that crit damage should be put on there over crit rate at the level where I'm at. So pay attention to your weapon stamp. Pay attention to what level you're at. Build the crit rate based off of that, and then everything else should go to crit damage. If you can get to 100%, to me, honestly, like 60%. That's why I was happy with the 60 to 70% with him to begin with. But if you can get to 100% already like that, then put the rest in the crit damage. So I won't 6-star it for an experiment, but I'm going to keep looking for a better crit damage piece. I'll do that offline because I'm about to end the stream now. So thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. I have no idea how you could possibly like this video. This video is about to be a mess. Thank you guys for watching. And I don't regret it. I am happy I went for my B6 Aizen. I am happy I went for SR plus Grimmjow. I am. I don't regret that decision at all. And this is just further proof. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Boy, this video is about to be a dumpster fire. Okay. You still got monthly Star Nexus? Yeah, no, I got plenty. No, I'm not going to do it. I still got plenty in there. But this already proves to me the point that and I'm going to leave this on him for now, just for better performance at the moment. But I'm going to go for those set stamps. I still have long live ChatGPT. Yeah, long live ChatGPT. Don't be making fun of our robot overlords like that. Yeah, I'm still going to go looking for it for the crit damage piece. But basically that like confirmed to me what I needed to know, which was the crit damage is the better solution because I'm stacking up so much crit rate at that point, because I didn't even think about the fact that I didn't even add the 31 to that 63, right? I didn't even add that from the weapon stamp. So that was even addition. That was additional crit damage that I left off. I didn't even add the rest of that. So from that perspective, I can't believe y'all talked me out of like leveling up this weapon stamp. Can't believe I let y'all do that to me. My B1 Aizen needs the last stamp to be attack percentage. I think my last stamp is attack percentage as well. Overcapping on crit rate makes you lose damage. That's the thing. That's the thing. All right, so guys, I am going to stop this stream. I'm going to get into 7 Deadly Sins next. After I have some lunch or something and do some adulting stuff. And then I'll come back and I'll do 7 Deadly Sins for like a couple hours. I'm not going to do it that long. So I will see you guys later if you do come through. If you don't, it's been fun. I appreciate you. Ciao.